Coming Home is a new charity that aims to provide specially adapted homes for injured servicemen and women returning from Afghanistan. Earlier today, I chatted to Jo Houghton, who's campaign coordinator for Coming Home.
We provide specially adapted housing for our guys, whether they've been injured on operations or just injured whilst they've been serving. We're a tri-service charity, so we help everybody.
And you're supported by Bryn Parry. How do your aims differ from the work that Help for Heroes carries out?
Well, Help for Heroes, we're partnered with Help for Heroes, so if anyone has any housing issues, they're put in contact with our charity. Help for Heroes has been amazing and has set up the rehabilitation centres around the country. But once the soldiers are rehabilitated, then that's an ongoing process that can take up to 4 years. After that, when they leave the army, then they need to be provided with a suitable place to live in order to start their new lives. That's where we come in. So we aim to look at each person as an individual, see what their housing needs are, and help them, whether that means just helping them find a property that's suitable or actually purchasing a property for them and doing various adaptations. For example, if somebody is an amputee, they may need a lift putting in the house, they may need the doors widening for wheelchair access, the bathrooms converting to wet rooms, ramps outside leading to the properties, all the things you could imagine if you're seriously disabled.
And have you finished any of the houses yet? Have any been given over to people who need them?
Yes, we have. We've had various success stories. One of them is Mark Ormrod, who's quite well known in the papers now. He's a Royal Marine, and we've purchased a property for him down in Plymouth, and he lives there with his wife, and now they're expecting a baby very soon. And we purchased a property as part of our what we call a shared ownership scheme. When a serviceman has their Armed Forces Compensation Scheme money, we try to make sure that they don't spend all of that all at once on a property, and that in order to eke it out for the rest of their lives, because most of these guys are pretty young. So it enabled him to have a property, and then over time, the person is allowed to then buy more chunks of the property from us. So eventually they'll own their own home, and we do it at a very low rate, and basically charge as the local equivalent to the social housing rent for the portion of the property that is still owned by the trust.
Whereabouts are the homes based? Can a serviceman stay in their own local area?
Yeah, basically, because we do it on an individual basis, a person can choose wherever they want to live, and we will help them to find properties in that area. So whether it's near to their family or the person who's going to be caring for them, or they might have a job lined up for when they've left, actually discharged from the army. So anywhere in the UK we can look at purchasing properties.
It does sound like a very positive project and a great charity to be involved with. You only launched back in May. How have the first couple of months been?
The first couple of months have been good, actually. We were partnered with the Daily Mail, and we've had support from General Dannett, who's a big supporter. He was at our launch, and the Prime Minister. It's going well. We've had a good response from the public. Raised a couple of £100,000 so far, so it's going well. We've got some big supporters who are going to help us in the future, so it's going well. But of course, it's always good to have more support. So at the moment, we're about spreading the word that we actually exist. Let these young guys and girls know that we're here to help. I guess the answer to the next question is as much as possible. But in the first year, how much are you aiming to raise? Well, we don't have a target for the first year, but we're looking to raise about 20 million over the next 4 to 5 years. Not everybody will need us to purchase a house for them. Some people will just need help on adapting a house. That may cost £20,000. Or some people might just want to use us as a property finding service and for help with all the legal advice. Because most of these guys are quite young, obviously a lot of them have never dealt with purchasing a property before, and for anyone it's quite a bit of a legal minefield. So our aim is about 20 million over the next 4 to 5 years. Jo, just finally, how can we find out more? You can look at our website, which is coming-home.org.uk. Well, the very best of luck. Hope the charity fundraising goes well over the next 4 or 5 years. Jo Houghton, campaign coordinator for Coming Home, thank you. Thank you very much. BFBS. Richard Hutchinson.